Eastwood ended his self-imposed 4-year acting hiatus when he played the lead in Gran Torino. Clint directed, held a producer role, and co-wrote the theme song for the film. It grossed close to $30 million during its opening weekend in 2009, making Eastwood, at age 78, the oldest leading man to reach #1 at the box office.
I really don't know how long there'll be roles for guys my age. I look at the generation before me. I look at the James Stewart and Henry Fonda and John Wayne, Cagney, Bogart. Everybody seemed to retire at a certain age. They either retired or they just got tired of doing it, or they felt that the roles ran out. For me, they haven't run out.
Clint plays the role of a disgruntled Korean War vet, Walt Kowalski. Walt sets out to reform his neighbor, a young Hmong teenager who tried to steal his prized possession, a 1972 Gran Torino. The question was asked if Eastwood drew from his character in Dirty Harry for the role of Walt.
I really approached it from the scratch. I didn't think of Dirty Harry at that time. I looked at Dirty Harry recently when we were making DVD corrections and new things, and I looked at it, and I must say I thought it was fun to watch, and fun period in my life, but I feel that Walt is a much different person in a lot of ways, you know. Walt Kowalski is a guy that I knew a lot when I grew up. I knew a lot of guys because I was raised in the 40s and at 30s and 40s, but I'd say my teenage years were in the 40s. And I knew a lot of guys that talked like that and acted like that. In the neighborhoods, everybody talked like that. The world was a little friendlier place in a way. Now he's pretty lonely in life, and he ends up, as prejudiced as he ends up being befriended and befriending a group of people who are very little is known about him in this country, and that's the Hmong culture and Asian people, and I think they became more family to him.
Clint brought his family to the production as well. His son Scott played the part of Trey, and his oldest son Kyle provided the score for the film. Not surprisingly, the cast could not speak highly enough of Eastwood's direction.
We did this giant scene with all these extras, and it was quiet. It was so quiet, and usually sets can kind of get a little noisy. So I asked him, I said, how do you do that? How do you keep, like, the work happen so quickly and it's quiet? He goes, well, when I was on Rawhide, and I'm thinking, I'm getting a Rawhide story? Awesome. When I was on Rawhide, certain habits I picked up over the years, and certain others I've discarded. And the people making the most noise are the ones asking for quiet. I said, you're right, because everyone's got the megaphones and the walkie-talkie and the squawking, and you know.
I see Clint at the gym. He works out every day, and we had passes this real nice gym, and I go, Clint, you want your fitness age? And he goes, what's that? You know, it's one of those things. You pay $300 and they'll tell you what fitness age you are. I go, I'll do yours for $50. You're 37. He goes, I just go by how I feel. How old do you feel? I feel like I'm 100. So that's Clint.
John Carroll reflected on Eastwood's ability to play the tough guy with a heart.
Well, I mean, he's always been a tough guy, you know, and he's always played a tough guy. Even in the comedies, he's a tough guy, and it's kind of the end of the road of a very tough man, and what happens to that, you know, and how his family is, and who he is now, and how at some moment he might be able to find some kind of, I guess, tenderness, which is a kind of beautiful journey.
I like older people who are never afraid to learn.
Are you one of those people?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I think that's why I stay working in the movie profession, is that every film I do, and I've done 2 this year, I've done quite a few in the last 5, 6 years, is that I never get tired of learning something new. And I learned something new on every project.
Gran Torino grossed over $326 million US, making it the highest grossing film of Eastwood's career. Eastwood stated that this would be his last acting role. Whispers of retirement ran through the media.
There's been a lot of talk of retirement. Do you think this is it for you?
I keep talking about it all the time. My wife's trying to keep me out of retirement.
I like it when you work.
You don't want him home more?
I didn't mean it that way.
He didn't want me to hang around the house too long, so.
A lot of celebrities
He's
are
very
going.
happy when he works. He's in a great mood when he works. So
Another acting role ready? Are you looking at another
No, I don't.
Eastwood was voted Best Actor for his role in Gran Torino at the National Board of Review Awards in New York.
It's a very nice award from a very nice organization. And it's the oldest cinema organization, or cinema critique organization, and or aficionados, I guess you would call them. And so that's great.
Gran Torino was recognized by the American Film Institute as one of the 10 best films of 2008.
How does it feel to be honored by AFI?
Very nice, very nice. It's always great, and this luncheon they always have is very nice because it's sort of low-key, and you don't have to do anything except just hang out and talk to people.